Imagine a world without stores, where the nearest shopping mall might be miles away. What would you do if you needed soap? Could you make it yourself? In ancient times, people didn't panic. They looked around them and somehow found the answer in the most unexpected place: ashes. We'd sweep them away and forget about them, but our ancestors saw potential in those ashes. They turned them into soap. This might sound unbelievable, but the truth is that they somehow created a soap strong enough to fight dirt, grime, and even disease. This wasn't luck. It was survival wisdom, passed down from generation to generation. But you might be thinking, how can ashes help me clean myself? And here's the thing. When wood burns, the ash left behind isn't just waste. It's packed with hidden power. People who lived without modern cleaning products observed how water mixed with certain ashes felt slippery. They learned through trial and need that this mixture could scrub their hands, their clothes, and even their tools clean. So you might be asking, why do these ashes have this special property? Well, it's all because of a compound called lye. And guess what? Lye is naturally present in ashes. People discovered that by mixing ashes with water, they could create a solution rich in lye. But here's the real game changer. When combined with animal fat, the byproduct of hunting or butchering, it created a cleaning agent that actually worked. That's right, our ancestors accidentally invented soap. They discovered that when you mix an acid like fats and oils with a base like lye, it creates something new, a salt. And that salt is soap. Now you might think that's great, but how did they actually make this soap? The process was far from easy. Once they had the right ashes, they mixed them with water, creating a solution that was high in lye.
Oh.
The key here was to let this mixture sit and ferment. Some folks even added things like urine for extra strength. Yeah, I know it sounds gross, but hey, they were desperate times. After the mixture fermented, it was ready for the next step. They added the rendered animal fat slowly while stirring it over the fire. A bar or paste that could lift grease, strip filth, and protect skin in ways that plain water never could. Now you might be wondering, did this soap really work? I mean, how clean could you get with it? Well, let's just say it wasn't bubble and squeak clean, but it was clean enough. See, this soap cut through grease and grime, making it perfect for scrubbing cuts and scrapes. It also helped prevent infections, since it contained some amount of lye. Plus, animal fat made it gentle enough for the skin. Ashes to soap? It sounds like a fairy tale, but it's real history. And if you're skeptical, don't worry. I was too, which is why I decided to try it out for myself. So I took a page out of history book and tried to make soap the old-fashioned way. It wasn't easy. Making the soap itself was just one part of it. I also had to track down the right kind of wood, gather the ingredients, and follow a process that had been developed over hundreds of years. But once I finally held that bar of soap in my hands, I knew it was worth it. It smelled earthy, not in a bad way, but like the forest after a rain. I took a closer look and noticed tiny specks inside, maybe seeds or plant matter. But what really caught my eye was the color. It wasn't white or ivory like commercial soap. It was a deep brown that reminded me of the soil after a fresh snowfall. Finally, it was time to put it to the test. I used it to wash my hands, face, and even brush my teeth with it. Now, don't try this at home. Please don't eat, drink, or use this soap for anything other than cleaning. After all, it's made with lye, which is super caustic and can burn your skin if it's not handled correctly. And here's another important tip. Don't expect it to lather like modern soap. In fact, it barely lathered at all. But I could feel the soap working as I scrubbed my hands together. And afterwards, they felt squeaky clean, almost as good as when I used ivory soap. I could tell that it had stripped away all the dirt and grime that had been bothering me for weeks. But the real surprise came when I dried my hands. Usually after washing them, I'll get a nice lotion to keep my skin from drying out. But with this soap, I didn't need it. My hands felt soft and smooth without any lotion. I couldn't believe it. I had just made a soap that worked better than stuff you can buy in a store. Now, I won't be giving up my fancy soap just yet, but I'm keeping my bar of ash soap as a reminder of what people did before modern conveniences. It's a simple thing, really, just a bar of soap. But it's a testament to human ingenuity and survival instincts. If you've watched this far, you probably have a few questions, like how long did this soap last? The answer is surprisingly long. With proper storage, it can last for years. That's because it doesn't require water, which is often the culprit behind spoilage. This means that during the days when it was the go-to cleaning agent, homes didn't smell like dirty socks or mildewy towels. Also, you can use it on just about anything, including fabric. Just rub the fabric gently and leave it to sit for a bit. Then rinse it off and dry it in the sun. If you're worried about the ash staining the fabric, don't be. It won't. It's incredibly versatile. You can use it to clean your house, your garden tools, and even your pet. But here's the coolest part. If you ever run out of soap, you can just scrape off some of the soap left on your sink or countertop and use it as a scouring powder. This saves you from having to make more soap, which is a huge plus. Also, it's completely safe for the environment. Unlike modern soaps, which are often full of harsh chemicals, ash soap is pure and natural. It won't pollute your waterways or harm wildlife. In fact, it's biodegradable and leaves no harmful residue. Also, it's not just a cleaning agent, it's a lifesaver. Back in the old days, people used it to treat everything from cuts and scrapes to insect bites and rashes. It's also a mild exfoliant, which means it can help remove dead skin and reveal brighter, smoother skin underneath. And here's the cherry on top. It has antibacterial properties, which helps kill germs and keep you healthy. So next time you're at the store and you're surrounded by rows of fancy soaps, pull out your phone and watch a video about the forgotten art of making soap from ashes. It's a simple skill that can make all the difference when you need it the most. And who knows, you might even prefer it to modern soap. Here's something else to consider. There are different types of ash soap. The process is similar, but the ingredients and techniques vary. For example, some people add herbs or spices to their soap, not only for a unique smell, but also for added benefits. Others prefer to make liquid soap instead of a bar. The cool thing is that it's all based on the same principles: ashes, fat, and a little bit of creativity. Lastly, it's important to remember that ash soap isn't just a relic of the past. Many survivalists and natural living experts still swear by it. In fact, there are online communities where people share their tips and tricks for making the best ash soap. They talk about everything from the type of wood to use to the best way to render the fat. I'll be honest with you, making soap from ashes isn't the most glamorous thing in the world. It's messy, it's time-consuming, and it doesn't smell like roses. But it's also incredibly rewarding. The feeling you get when you realize that you've just created something from nothing is priceless. Plus, you'll never have to worry about running out of soap again. You can just head to your backyard, grab some ashes, and get started. So that's my advice. If you're ever stuck without soap and you're surrounded by ashes, don't panic. Just follow the lead of our ancestors and turn those ashes into soap. Who knows? You might just discover a new hobby or even a new business opportunity.